If you don't have time to sift through those newsletters or navigate through those headlines, don't worry about it. I got you covered in this one-stop shop video newsletter, 5 minutes or less. The biggest news including Elon Musk open sourcing the worst large language model name there is, Ready Player One getting a little more real, and Vision Pro assisted surgery. I'm Nate. I'm keeping you informed on the biggest news in tech, and it really helps me out if you hit that subscribe button. In the news today, so much great stuff. Apple pitches the Vision Pro as a healthcare solution. I did an entire video on this, so I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to encourage you to check out my main channel. I will link that in the show notes below. Elon Musk decides to open source, as a little bit of a fight against OpenAI, open source his large language model, Grok. I mean, come on. Not a whole lot to say about that. Midjourney, however, this is kind of interesting. Midjourney, and that photo is not loading right here for some reason, but Midjourney banned all Stability AI employees over alleged data scraping. Basically, they had a service outage for a good chunk of time that they suspect was Stability AI folks, and they basically stopped them. They called it botnet-like activity. Not great. Not a great look, Stability. But they're doing some great stuff on their own, so who cares? Apple CEO Tim Cook makes an unusual appearance in a Porsche Taycan Turbo GT premiere video. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but interesting for sure. And very rare to see Tim Cook doing appearances like this. Funny one for sure. But this is a powerful piece of technology, and the car is powerful enough, and he is demoing this app you see here, which is pretty cool. Actually, if you ask me, it gives you a cockpit view of the driver. Pretty sweet looking app. So that was kind of cool. And definitely, as always, anytime Tim Cook goes out in public and is talking about tech, and very rare being in somebody else's marketing materials. In a way, it's their marketing materials. It's also marketing for Apple. That is a standout thing to me. In other news, Ready Player One creator debuts Open, a metaverse battle royale experience. This was an interesting article for sure. And in here, I wanted to show you a couple things. Firstly, let's get to the news. Ernest Cline, the mind behind the sci-fi franchise Ready Player One, announced the Readyverse, an interactive platform for metaverse games and experiences. Very interesting. And then Open, down here. Open is a third-person battle royale experience in which players compete against each other in game show-styled multi-round collaborative modes using various gaming techniques such as shooting, tactical positioning, and driving. They just debuted their trailer today at the South by Southwest Festival. So very interesting here. And for all the folks in the Apple Vision world who love to, in the metaverse or meta world, who love to talk about Ready Player One and is Ready Player One happening? And I've got comments like that several times on this channel. Maybe it is. Covariant announces a universal AI platform for robots as a robotics guide. This has me pretty excited because I see a world in which this kind of foundational model could be massively beneficial. Covariant works on warehouse robots, primarily that's their main focus area, and having a foundational model that could work for lots of other types is pretty cool. They did make some pretty interesting claims in the article that I'm not sure they'll back up or not. Who's to say? But I think that in general, what they're doing and the direction they're going is fantastic. Airbnb banned all indoor security cameras. Honestly, a little surprising it took this long, but there has been back and forth between Airbnb and the whole privacy consideration and thoughtfulness. So interesting. You will be allowed to have outdoor cameras, but you have to disclose that you have outdoor cameras that you can view remotely to people before they actually agree to stay at your house. And finally, of course, an Apple Vision Pro was actually used in surgery, spinal surgery, rather. And that's pretty wild. I talked about this as well on my main channel video, so you definitely should go check that out. I'll link it again in the show notes. But Wild times. They used to use the Microsoft HoloLens. You can see a nurse here who's using the Apple Vision Pro, and there are a bunch of different reasons for this and some pretty cool software that is backing this. So you definitely should check out my main video. We go into way more depth. Again, I'll link it in the show notes below. I'm at 5 minutes. So you know what that means. Think different. Stay crazy.